With the I2N team, we have student ambassadors, and for that I have to give pretty clear instructions about what the student ambassador needs to do. So what I can do is we can use a project management tool like Asana. Hands up who's using a project management tool like Asana. Very expensive to-do list, right? Now it's very useful to be able to provide that work to someone else in the team. So what I can do is I can then connect. Let's go into connectors too to show you as well. We can go under our customize button. We can see these two options here. We're going to get to skills later, but we're going to talk about connectors. We want to click on the connectors. So just going customize, connectors. And here we have a whole bunch of different connectors that we can link into. Now what this does, it means Claude then has access to everything that's in those files or in that app that you're using. One that's really useful is the Asana. You can click on the top here, and we have a whole list of different things that's allowed to do and not allowed to do. So for instance, to preview a project creation, it needs approval. So before it does anything, it says, hey, Nick, do you want to make sure that this is okay? I click yes or no. I could set that to always allow. That means it just automatically does it. Or I could also set to say, it can never do a preview of a project creation. And you can see all the different tools here. Tasks, portfolios, projects, yada, yada, yada. Some things we always allow, like deleting a task or updating a task. Okay? Now with a very simple prompt, what I'm able to do is, I really, really, really suck at the social media side of things. I hate it. I think LinkedIn is a little bit cringe. I think that posting on Instagram and Facebook for us, it doesn't usually get that many students engaged. And also for students, it doesn't get very engagement from LinkedIn either because they're usually in their undergrad, they don't have LinkedIn just yet. Maybe by their third year they do have it. So what I'm wanting to do is, I know I need to do something in this space because people at I2N and within the community should know about the amazing courses that we do. For instance, like the one we're going to in Hong Kong coming up in June. So what I can say to Rahul is I can say, okay, Claude, let's build out my social media campaign for my Hong Kong course coming up in June. And I want you to plan out all the different posts that we should be putting on LinkedIn. Yeah? And then I'm going to say, can you please designate this task to the student ambassador, Rahul? So when he rocks up tomorrow and he only works 1 day a week, he doesn't have much context of what's going on, but he can see straight away, bang, I need a post about this. And the first one we're going to post about is our mentor spotlight. Vivek was a former student. He's built Jaegersoft. You've probably met him in a lot of the programs that we have. And so we're going to basically spotlight the mentor. If you clicked into that task, it gives a good description of what we want to have posted. And then all Rahul needs to do is he needs to go find a photo and post it for me. Even beyond this, if I wanted to fully automate this, I could then link all of these posts into something like Buffer. So it automatically posts this on my behalf as a schedule. Yeah? There's a lot of ways we can automate these different things. The reason why we don't want to do that is because I want to make sure a human's reading that before it gets posted. Yeah? Reputational risk. That's one example of a connector. The Office Suite is another great example. Let's open up an Excel file. So within my project, what I can do is I can upload all of the documents that I had from last year, and I can showcase, let's go for these ones. Yeah, that's fine. Enable content. And I can give Claude all the different spends that we had on our last year's tour. I can show Claude the budget from last year in the project too. I can attach all those files in the project field, okay? Uploading all of these, I could also upload the booklet, which contains the itinerary. I can also upload, like for instance, the different startups that we're seeing, the different sites that we're seeing, how we're getting there, all these different details. And then I can say, hey, I want you to draft this budget for me. And Claude will produce an amazing Excel spreadsheet of that budget. One example here too is I can tweak what I want to do using Claude within Excel. So I just tap on the Claude icon here. What is frustrating is because it's a shared, oh, great, it's already loaded. What it usually does, it says you need to log in every time. It's very annoying. What's a question I might ask? There was a typhoon. And students needed to stay. This happened last year. To stay an extra 3 nights. Showcase this below in student costs. And highlight how much extra it'll be. Ask any clarification questions. Okay, so we'll give an answer there. It'll show us the output. Very simple use of Excel. Then I'm going to show you a real example, which is really useful. Same nightly rate. We're going to accommodation only. Very simple, they're the clarification questions. Don't see the original trip length in the budget, does Bronada, yep. Yes, the trip is, see, it's finding the data here, 27 nights, yada, yada, yada. Yep, I'm gonna allow once. So that's the check there to say if it can, hey, can I update this and change this? Okay, let's see how we have the output. Typhoon extension, the powerhouse is going to be an extra 3 nights for 8 rooms. The twins are going to have 5 times extra 3 nights. The cost of this per night, 224, 120. We have $3,000 extra it's going to cost us. Make sense? Gmail is a great one too. When you're going through your Gmail and you can connect that, which you can do using Claude, go through my emails to understand my tone of voice. Save these as writing principles to use for the future, okay? And then it will save within that memory MD file. Again, the only concern I'm having is if this is desktop versus web version. Okay, whilst I generate an example with Claude, what I'm going to do is, I'll ask you now to connect your connectors. And so I'll show you how to do that. We'll spend about 5 minutes doing that before we move through. So what you want to jump on is you want to click on the Customize button, click on Connectors, and just click the plus button. The best thing to do with your new user is just click Browse Connectors, okay? You'll see things like Google Drive listed here. Alex, you were talking about SharePoint. You can see Microsoft 365 is listed just there, Alex. Alex, he's locked in. So you see SharePoint 365? You connect your full Office suite if you want to connect to Claude there through your connector. Okay, so spend about 5 minutes. I want you to go and basically connect the different apps that you might use in your startup to your Claude. And then I'm going to come back and give you a real example of an Excel that's been generated by Claude through that connector. Cool. So the biggest killer of startups is cash flow. Not understanding how much cash you have in that business, maybe keep it going forward. The other thing that's really useful is understanding simulations to go, well, this is a scenario 1, this is my scenario 2, this is my scenario 3. Super good one is to go, well, this is my break even. I need to have this many customers, my slop burger chain every day, otherwise I go broke. Here's where I'm going to have optimized for one site. All my staff are working pretty well. They're full hours, they're at capacity. And here's where I have to go, well, look, I've got this many customers, I really should be opening up a new site. And so this is the sort of scenario that you can enter in Claude. You can link to an Excel spreadsheet that you might already have of a cash flow, where you go, this is what looks good. And then you can go, hey, generate from a new one. And here's the example that I have here. So this is a cash flow forecast for a dentist, okay? And I've got my 3 scenarios. I've got what is going to be break even, what's going to be optimized, and what's going to be where it's max for one dentist before I need to move on to a new one. I've got my assumptions here. These are really important to be testing, okay, with AI as well within your startup. One example might be, for instance, well, this is the dentist salary. This is how much money everyone receives, yada, yada, yada. This has just been built, by the way, in the small time that we've been talking while you had a little break there. We have 12 patients per day dentist, average charge per patient, the finance repayment for different things. It's all been put into here. Let's have a look across. We have all the different patients and the different types of scans that they have. We have all our expenses too. Legal, hardware, website, all the different things like that too, going through. So what I can do is I can develop these cash flows to go, okay, look, this is how much we're receiving when we have bulk bill versus private. We can go all the way through and specify these. All built by Claude. So for my slop burgers example, I can go, okay, that's how many customers I need to have every day. I need to be able to reach that number. Okay, this is how much I have for my site being optimized. And then I can go, what's it look like when I start needing to expand to a new site? You have a lot of this information already. You'll have all these different expenses for your legal, for your website, yada, yada, yada. And so if you enter those into your Claude project, you can then ask to create these cash flow forecasts. I encourage you to do that today. Hopefully get some time in today's workshop. Just another example of an integration with Excel. Okay, now we're going to do a live example. We're going to talk through design.